Welcome back to a special edition of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brandon Varney and Evan Varney. Yes, both of them are together.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Okay, so let's talk, before we get into all the fun stuff, let's talk about what your two's plans are for this year. Let's start with you, Brandon, then we'll go to Evan.
So this year for me, there's going to be a sprinkling of some super late model stuff, as well as some pro late model events up here in Michigan, Indiana. And then after that, we have, in between that, we have a couple ARCA races that we'd like to hit. Some plans in the works right now. Nothing concrete, nothing definite, but we're hoping to get there.
What about you, Evan?
Honestly, I have nothing to say much about my race season. All I can say is I hope I can get as much racing as possible.
So he's going to do as many sportsman races as we can do with him, and we're going to take him to some local short tracks and get him some development.
So how did this all start? Like, what's it like racing together?
Racing together, that's an interesting one. So we haven't really, yeah, he's laughing, but we haven't really, I guess, been door to door or side by side just yet. We've been on track together numerous times at this point, but like we had talked about last time, there's an interesting, funny story about Toledo Speedway.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Racing with Evan and being able to go to the track as brothers and kind of bounce feedback off of one another. It's been very interesting because it's kind of like you have a teammate, and it all feels like you got this big in-house thing going on to where you can bounce ideas off of one another and share feedback. But it's been fun.
Yeah. All right. What's it like, Evan, racing with your big brother?
Honestly, I thought I was going to see him blow by me on the 15th lap. Instead, I ran on his bumper, waiting for my dad to get him out of the way.
Yeah, he's raced me pretty hard before, so yeah, it's he doesn't give me any elbow room,
especially in karting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you both always want to race growing up? Because I know your family has been in this business for a long time.
Yeah, we've been doing this since 1955 and literally every single year since. So we've been, I believe that's 67 consecutive years we've been in motorsports as a family. I've been wanting to do this pretty much ever since I could understand the concept of what racing was. It's quite literally almost born at a racetrack. So this has just been part of my life forever. And I'm sure Evan can attest to that.
Honestly, I only enjoy racing because of him.
Well, I know you enjoy doing it. It's not just because of me.
I know.
But
main reason was.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to that on-track incident. We kind of talked about that with Brandon last time, but now we have both of you. Let's talk about when you gave the bird to Brandon. What was that like? Take me back to that. Like, explain what happened now that both of you are on here.
So here, I'll let you start.
So we go on the track to go line up on the infield because there's a small track and there's a big track in Toledo. And we parked on the small track. Dad's spotted for me, and he sees I'm in the first position. He's like, "Oh God, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna just when we get on the track, just let these guys go by." I do that. Just point everybody by. Says, "All right, 2 cars, 1 car. Last car is your brother's, so you can let him by if you want."
This is where I'll interject here because as this is happening, I can't hear his radio because I'm on the radio with my uncle.
Yeah.
So he's telling me because my dad and my uncle are up in the stand spotting, and they're kind of just side by side. So he can hear my uncle can hear my dad. So he's like, "All right, your brother's coming back through the field," and he's just kind of letting everybody by. He goes, "He might let you in. He might, I guess not." So
I'm laughing the whole time.
He's pointing everybody by, and he hears that I'm the last car out there. So
shoot my hand back
as I'm getting ready to go around him and get underneath him, he just turns left and just drives right down on my nose, and the green flag came out.
Yeah.
So he cuts me off, the green flag comes out, he punches it and takes off down into turn one. He's wide open down the front stretch, and he's got I see this middle finger hanging out the window.
And then you say, he's flipping me off.
I was like, he just flipped me off.
I was going to reach behind, shove my hand behind the window, and that's what was nice and high. I don't think it was worth it.
No, so after that, we laughed it off. It was really comical at the racetrack. So we go through the rest of the day practicing, and we go out to qualify, and we did a pill draw for qualifying.
Yep.
Well, I think Albert Francis was in front of me,
Yep.
and then it was me and Evan. So Albert goes off and he qualifies, and I'm getting ready. So I'm sitting there, and I got the thing in gear, and I'm waiting.
Thing is, we're on the same radio.
Yeah,
So
we're on the same radio this time, so we can hear one another.
So we can talk to each other.
So I'm getting ready to burn off pit road, and I got one hand on the wheel. I've already got it in gear. So I do a burnout off pit road, take off, and I just reached out and flipped him off of pit road.
Don't forget, we told the story to the official next door.
Yep. So I flipped him off of pit road and got him back. And it was kind of funny because I'm pulling off pit road and I'm wide open, getting ready to go qualify. And he's on the radio just laughing at me. So we had a very memorable moment there at Toledo.
Do you guys, I know that you guys are going to race a lot together. When's the next time we'll see you both out there?
That's
if we go to Anderson, maybe.
Yeah, if we go to Anderson Speedway down in Indiana, that would probably be our best bet. Because there's nothing in Michigan right now that we could really go to the same place and run. A lot of tracks change their rules because I've got a super, he's got a crate car, so we got to try and figure out a series or a sportsman division or something that we could go and have some fun with.
Yeah. So I know that you're only 16, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what are your plans like for the rest? I mean, do you want to, eventually get into a late model? You want to try ARCA at some point?
That is a dream I've always wanted. Just get into an ARCA car, start doing a couple races there and then. I don't know how much to explain about it.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll get him into a couple years down the road. Same thing that we did with me was just kind of progress, and then we'll get him at least an ARCA start a little bit down the road.
Yeah. So I know that and also looking at this, what would it, just trying to look at where you both are at in your careers. Where do you want to see? Would it be, how many times would it be cool to see each other win or something like that? Or do you want to race each other a lot more?
Yes. Oh yeah, we would love to be able to race, be side by side, and beat doors with one another, but then we'd have to be careful because if he wrecks me, he's fixing my car. If I wreck him, I'm fixing his car. So
is that the deal that your dad or mom or set out there or something?
It's just the thing we always, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I think just morally,
Yeah,
that would be like, all right, I feel bad. I wrecked you. Well, I'll take care of it. So
All right.
we both have enough wits about ourselves to
hey,
hopefully not wreck each other.
I already took your bumper and smacked down my front bumper.
Yeah.
Is this like, I know you're 20 and you're 16, you're 4 years apart. Evan, what's it like to see Brandon race, especially, in the ARCA races that he did last year?
I really don't know. It's just, honestly, it's like going to a normal race. Just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
It's either on the pit crew or not.
Good stuff there. And when's the next couple races we're going to see you out there? Do you have your guys' like schedule and all that? Like, when are we going to see you guys next?
We don't have a definite schedule. I wish I could say I was going to Daytona in a couple of weeks, but unfortunately we don't have that together.
That'd be great.
But we're going to take a look at the schedules that we have, or that the racing series that we race in has out, and we're going to just go from there. We don't have anything definite just yet, but we're going to do as much as we can.
All right, Brandon, how was testing at Daytona? And how was meeting Frankie Muniz too?
that the whole weekend was really cool. To go there and to be at Daytona and just the history of that place and what's been and what's been done. Very cool to go around the same racetrack that all those people have. Finally, to get my super speedway approval, to make laps there, to draft a little bit, all of just a big learning curve for me. Like you said, to meet Frankie Muniz, great guy, very down to earth. You think that some celebrity to come drive a race car at Daytona. It was probably the furthest thing from that. Frankie's a real race car driver. He's the real deal.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, Brandon and Evan Varney, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and we'll see you guys at the track soon.
Thank you for having us.
All right.